Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Oracle DB Online Training. So in this session, we are going to look at how to clone any database or how to restore a particular database RMAN Backup which we have taken previously. So sometime it happens like on any production environment we have to take RMAN Backup and then we have to restore on some of the testing environment, or maybe later we have to do some like a pre-production environment. We have to restore the database, and sometimes even we have to change the database name also. Like if it is a production database, we might be mentioning it like a production, or later we are modifying it as a some UAT naming convention. Okay, so in order to do that, we have to basically first take the backup from production environment, and then we have to transfer it on the database server where we have to restore it. Okay. So previously we have taken one RMAN backup. I even saw how to schedule any cron job for taking the RMAN backups. And later in this session, we are going to look at how to perform the cloning and how to restore the backup step by step. And also we'll be modifying the database name. So please watch till the end of this video so that you can understand everything clearly. And before I'll move, I'll request all the new friends to please click on the subscribe button, and you can also enroll and join our membership program that where you are getting the exclusive benefit of a lot of things. So please consider joining our membership program. And for today's session, basically you can refer my previous video, that is how to take the RMAN backup in Oracle, and even though you can also look how you can schedule any RMAN backups. So this is one thing, and apart from that, I'll be saying a very big thanks for subscribing our YouTube channel. So we are almost we are more than 2,000 plus community, and I'm very happy about this. Please, thanks for all your supports, and without wasting much time, I'll request. Also, you can go through our social media profile, so you can also get in touch with me on various social media platforms like Facebook, or even you can follow me on Telegram channels, and you can ask any queries on Telegrams, and even though you can follow me on Twitter as well as a LinkedIn. So that's it from, these are some of the things that you should be knowing. And also I'll request, if you are interested about any personal training, please get in touch with me on these contact details as well as on the email. So let's start today's agenda, that is Oracle database cloning using RMAN backup and database name change. Okay, so this is applicable for any database like 12C, 19C, or even the latest 21C. Okay, so let's start the session. And like previously, we have taken RMAN backup from one of the RAG database environment, that is a 2-node RAG system, and I'll show you where we have kept that backup. So previously we have taken the backup and we kept it somewhere U01 RMAN, 01 app RMAN. Okay, I think it was U02 RMAN, something like that. Let me just re-verify it. Yeah, so we have kept the backup inside the backup location, and here under this we have RMAN location. Okay, so what we will do, I will try to transfer this RMAN backup on my new server, which is a single node UAT server. So you can see that this is a restore.local domain. This is my new server where I want to restore this RMAN backup, which is already taken previously. So what I'll do, I'll just transfer the P file along with RMAN backup on the new server, that is 192.168.0.199 server. And once that is transferred, then we'll try to start the restoration process on this server. Okay, so let's look into it. So till last session we have covered this much, and now we are going to transfer this entire RMAN backup along with init file on this new server, that is so let's verify whether this location exists or not. So I'll just try to run the ls-lrt command so that we can verify. So it is not there. What we'll do, we'll create this directory. So let us do it. Now this directory structure is created, and So my database version is same, like currently my production environment is 19C rack environment, and I'm going to restore it on the single instance. single instance database. Okay, so which is also 19C. So let us try to move this backup, RMAN backup, on the restore location where we have. So what I'm going to do, I'm just running the scp command from here. Okay, so we need to go back one step back, and from here I will try to transfer the RMAN backup, even though we'll try to transfer this one, and let us mention the Oracle at the read. Okay, so here we need to provide the Oracle password. So I'll just pass on the password, and it is getting transferred. So once the backup is transferred, then we have to basically start the further steps. So as soon as the backup get transferred, meanwhile we should be ready with our P file. So we have, I have just finalized one P file that is we are going to use. So one thing that you need to always remember, the database name while restoring any database, it has to be same as your production. So in our case, our database, or original production database setups, it is basically a prod database. I'll show you. Okay. So my production database is prod database. So we can just look into. So this is the prod database, and I have taken the backup, including the control file and everything. So it has to be same as your original production database, or whatever the name of your database, it has to be originally same. And apart from that, you need to create the ADUM for audit log file location. Along with that, you need to create 2 separate location or 1 location. So it is recommended to always create a 2 separate location control file. So in our case, we have the 2 location where we are going to restore this control file, and my target will be to restore this database as a test database, not the prod database, because cloning with the same name is something which is very common nowadays. So we are going to with some advanced topic. So we are covering with like our original database is prod, and our target is to make it as a test database. Okay, so for that we are just creating one P file where we are mentioning all the stuffs like database name, and so this database name will later we will be modifying it. And apart from that, we have used like DAG location. Along with that, we have mentioned archive log location. These are some of the parameters that we need to use in order to start the database in P file using the P file. So what I'll do, I'll just on my target setup, I'm going to use. So now my production is backup has been transferred successfully. Now my next target has to be this one, starting of the database. So let us just create one P file by going to the DBS location. So I'll just go to the DBS. And from here, I'll try to make it. I'll try to create one test. I'll create one P file with the name of test database. Okay, so let us make it inittest.ora. So I think there is one more already existing file. I'll clear that file without doing anything, so that we can use it. Okay. So now this file is blank. Okay, and in this I'm going to make all the entries. So let us copy all the values from here, and apart from that, we need to create the directory structure also before we'll restore it. So now my P file is created, and we can just run the cat command to verify it. Okay, so this is the file that we have. So now we have to create the audit location also, if it is not. So in my case, it is already created. If it is not, then you have to use the commands like mkdir -p. Apart from that, we also need to create the control file location that we have mentioned in the P file. Otherwise, the startup command will fail. So again, I'll just re-verify there is no such file. So what I'm going to do, I'll create mkdir -p. So that recursively it will create all the file locations. So this is done. And apart from that, I need to again cross-check the second location that we have used it. So I'm just going to verify it. So it is not exist. So I'll just recreate this location again. So this is also created, and again you can re-verify. So everything we are doing from the Oracle users, and once this is over, then after that you can also verify archive log location, because it is also mentioned in our scenario. So let us try to run ls minus lrt, and this is for this location exists. Okay, and apart from that, once this is done, then you have to just start by exporting the SID. So I'm just going to export the Oracle underscore SID as a test. Okay, so guys, we have just mentioned the test database SID, okay, instance ID. So that will be nothing to do with the database name. Okay, so now we have exported it, and let us try to start the database in no mount. Startup no mount p file. Okay, so sorry, I'm sorry. I just have to run, because p file is already existing on the location of the database DBS location, right? So it will automatically fetch that particular p file, and based upon that it will start the database in no mount. So now my database started in no mount. Now my next target will be opening the alert logs so that I can use it whenever I want it. Okay, so for opening the you can run the adrci and show home command, you can say, and verify the location. Just go to the location like cd cd u01 app Oracle, and within this we have to go to the since our database name is prod, and so file will create under this location. So in this, let us verify it. Yeah, so files are getting created on this path. So let's run the tel -f alert log. So now we are knowing that our database is no mounted. Okay, after this we have to restore the control file. So now my database is no mounted, and now we have to store the control file. So first we will go to the RMAN location where our RMAN backup is copied. So let us so this is the location where my RMAN backup is kept. So I'll just run ls minus lrt. And one more thing before you do anything, just make sure the permission is properly mentioned. So chmod 775 and star for all the files. So let us do it. Okay, so this is my control file backup. So I'm going to just use inside my command. Okay, so I just did it, and from here I'll copy the command, and now I need to log in with RMAN prompt. So once I'll log in with RMAN prompt, I just run the restore command. So with the restore, you can see the control file is successfully restored, and after that we have to basically open the database in mount. So alter database mount. So it will mount my database. So once the database is mounted, after that you need to restore the database backup. So my advice always will be, first cross check all the existing backup, cross check backup. So the control file will always have the information like the previous backup. So what we have to do, we have to remove the expired backup. So delete expired backup. So once you have deleted it, just make sure to re-verify the cross check backup. So what it will do, it will make sure there is no expired backup in the control file repository. So the next part that we need to do is we have to basically do the catalog command. So catalog will make sure the new backup which you have kept on this server, it will sync up with control file. So catalog start with, and after that you need to put location of the backup where you have kept it. So now we are sure that this is my location. So these are the log files and ss file which it is not able to recognize. That's why it is on the corrupted. That is nothing to do with our actual backup pieces. So these are backup pieces that is on without any issue. So we can use it. And once this is done, then we have to basically start the restoration. So my advice will always be to use first modify the channels. So all command will provide you detail about the channel configuration. So by default, the parallelism in the channel is 1. So we need to just modify it according to our environment. So since my testing environment, I'll modify it to 6. So that with the 6 parallelism, it will invoke, and you can re-verify it again by running show all command. After this, what you can do, either you can make one script to restore this entire backup, or you just execute on the same command from where we are just executing. So what I'll do, I'll just run the command. Sorry, since our database is getting restored from ASM based location, so the control file will have the information, like if you run the select name from v $data file, so what it is expecting the same data file location on this environment also while restoring. Okay, so since we don't have these locations, we are using the file based location. So what we can do, we can just mention the name as a set new name for database 2, and this is the location where we want to restore. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just verify whether this location exists in my system or not. If it is not, then I'll just try to create it. So my data file will go in this path. Okay, so let us now run the run clause. Within that, we need to modify, like set new name for database 2, and this is the location where all my file will go. And percent will be basically, it will automatically assign the naming for the all the data files. Okay, so let us try to restore. So in the background, you can see the data at this group does not exist, but still it is, once it will run, it will automatically try to restore on one of the locations. So you can see these files are getting restored, and this is the output that we are getting. Okay. So I hope you are able to understand how it works. And if you are new on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. That is a request. And also you can watch my previous video. There are a lot of videos that I've covered so far, even though you can understand what are the different backup strategies. And so there are video links I'll provide you. You can go through it, and also you can share these videos with your friends also. If they need any kind of help, just get in touch with me. I'll definitely try to help. So now we are seeing that this restoration is getting completed with like 3 to 4 files are already copied. So once my backup is completely done, then we have to basically mention the switch data file all. So since we our data file location or plus data disk group location, that is ASM based location, and now we are trying to restore the database on the non-ASM location. And in any case, since we are modifying the location, so that means we have to make sure the control file will make the change of the data file location. So for that, we need to mention switch data file all command. So once the switch data file will completes, automatically it will switch to the new location. So you can see all the data file is switched to the new locations. Okay. So after this, we'll move further, and now what we are going to do, we are just going to recover the database. For that, we need to again run this command recover database, and it will start the recovery of the database. Okay. So now it is failed at this point. That means the no more archive is available after that 352. Okay. So what we can do, we can just open the database as a reset log option, since we don't have anything like no other archive log left, so we can just open the database with with open reset log options. So open reset log will basically change the incarnation of the database, and also it will reinitiate the redo log files. So still we are left with database name change. So please watch till the end of the this video so that you can understand how to rename the database. Okay. So now my database is opened, and we can come out of the RMAN prompt, and after that we can just log into the database and try to see the database status. So now my database is read write mode, and you can see that this is database name is still prod, and we are using the instance as a test. And so our target is to modify the database name also. Okay, and this is my database status. Currently it is in archive log mode, and apart from that, again we have to make an entry in the etc aura tab file, so that it can, we can automatically manage this database. So aura tab, so we'll make the entry inside this file. So this is done. And once this is done, then we can directly bring down the database. Sorry. If you want, you can just test out the drop of the database. That is basically not related to our session. And after this, we have to also make sure the temp file is on place. So I'll just verify the temp file. If it is not there, we have to add the temp also as a part of this restoration. So you can just verify the control file also, like what is my control file location and what are the data file locations. So parameter control. Okay, so it is on this path, and even though you can verify the name of the various data files, so data file, and also you can just verify select member from the log file. So this is also you can verify. So all these logs are on this location. And next part is to verify the temp file. If it is not there, you have to just add the temp file. So in our case, the temp file is already there, so we don't have to worry about it. And now the next part that we need to do, we have to modify the database name. Okay, so in order to modify, we have to use the NID utility. So NID utility, what it does, it will modify the DB name as well as the SID of the database. Okay, so what will do, I'll just try to run this command NID target. So we have to basically okay, so we have to basically on mount of the database in order to use this command. So I'll just bring down and make it in mount seed. So two things that we need to remember. So we have to basically modify the P file before executing this command. Okay. Okay, let us mount the database and try to execute this command NID target and target name. So let me modify this one. Well, I just started the database in no mount, and we are just trying to modify the database name. So what it will do, it will modify the control file as well as all the data file headers. So we have mentioned the change the DB ID as well as the database name from prod to the test. It is asking whether you want to proceed or not. So I'll mention it as a yes. So there are two things you need to remember. So if you mention only DB name, it will automatically take the database ID also. And if you just only want to modify the DB ID, then you have to mention the DB ID over here. Okay, so we are just modifying both database name as well as DB ID. So now you can see all the control file as well as the data files are getting modified, and within a few minutes it will automatically come out of this. Okay, so one thing that you need to remember, whenever you are modifying the database name, you have to also modify your P files, and after that you have to basically open the database in a reset log. Okay, so my database instance is down, and now we have to modify the P file. So I'll go to the P file location, and again I'll modify the P file. Okay, so I'll just modify the test essay. So here we have to modify the DB name as a test. Okay, and even though we can just modify this one service as a test, not prod. Okay, so database name is modified, and we can now try to start the database in mount. See, why I'm talking we have to modify in mount, since we are modified database name, we have to open the database in reset log option. So I'm just trying to open the database with reset log option. So, okay, so now since our location was referring from the prod, so now it will change to test, since it refers only the DB unique name. So within the test, we will get the test like that. Okay, So we have to run the tail command and it will show all the alert log related to this database. So now the database is opened and we have to create the SV file. So I'll just create SV file and again bring down my database, and I'll try to open the database by using shutdown in startup command. And once this is over, then you can basically create a new listener on the new server based upon your requirements. So I hope you have understood so far all these steps. So we have started from restoring of the RMAN backup, which was taken from the production, and later we have opened the database with reset log, and again we have mounted the database, and we have modified the DB name, and we have modified the P file accordingly, and now we are just trying to open the database by creating a latest SV file. Okay. So once my database is opened, then I'll show you the current status so that you can verify all the details. So now my database is opened. Let me just show my database status. What is the current status? So I'll log in with the database. So this is the database name. So as I told you, so previously this was prod, now it is changed to test database, and this is the DB instance ID. And apart from that, if you look, select name from $database, select name from $data file. This is also there, and also you can verify, select member from $log file, as well as also you can just verify this parameter SV file. Okay, so everything is on place. I mean, with this we have completed our today's agenda of like restoring, or you can say cloning of database using RMAN backup that we have taken previously, and also we have modified the database name. I hope you have understood today's session, and if you have any queries related to this session, please send me the detail on comment box. Also, you can send me a message on my email, and I'll definitely try to help you out. And if you want any personal training, so please get in touch with me. I'll definitely help you with any topics. And even though if you have any question related to any problems, also you can reach me out. And with this, we are stopping here. Thanks for watching today's session, and let's meet in the next session. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye.